What if one day you woke up to a world where China has become the world's #1 superpower? Not just economically, but politically, militarily, and culturally. What would that world look like? Would your daily life change? Would global values shift? Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating what-if scenarios of our time. Today, China is already a global giant. It's the second largest economy in the world, a technological powerhouse, and home to over 1.4 billion people. But what if it moved from being a rising power to the dominant one, replacing the US as the world's superpower? Let's break down what this might mean for global politics, the economy, technology, and even culture. First, in terms of global influence, a Chinese-led world would likely mean a shift away from the Western ideals that have shaped global governance for decades. Institutions like the United Nations, the World Bank, and the IMF, historically Western-led, might start aligning more closely with Chinese values, such as non-intervention, state sovereignty, and economic centralization. Countries could be drawn into China's sphere through economic agreements, like the Belt and Road Initiative, making them more dependent on Chinese investment and trade. Economically, we might see the Chinese yuan rival, or even replace, the US dollar as the world's reserve currency. This could reshape global trade. Imagine paying for oil in yuan instead of dollars. Inflation rates, interest rates, and even your mortgage could feel the ripple effects of a new economic order. Developing nations might look to China for economic models and partnerships rather than turning to Western aid. Technologically, China could set the standards. Instead of iPhones and Androids dominating, you might see more Chinese brands like Huawei or Xiaomi leading innovation. The global internet could look very different too. Imagine a more state-controlled, monitored digital landscape based on China's Great Firewall. Ideas about privacy, data ownership, and freedom of speech might shift as China's approach to technology spreads. Now, let's talk about culture. Hollywood could lose its global dominance, replaced by Chinese cinema, music, and apps. TikTok, already Chinese-owned. But imagine if the biggest films, the most influential social media platforms, and even global fashion trends were all coming from Beijing, not Los Angeles or Paris. But it's not just about replacing one superpower with another. The question is deeper. What kind of world would we live in? While China's rise might bring economic stability for some and massive infrastructure for others, it could also come with increased surveillance, less emphasis on individual freedoms, and a redefined understanding of human rights. Of course, this isn't a prediction, it's a possibility. China becoming the world's superpower isn't guaranteed. The future depends on many factors: internal challenges within China, global resistance, technological rivalries, and environmental crises. But thinking about this scenario pushes us to reflect on our current world order. Who sets the rules? Who benefits? And most importantly, what kind of future do we want to shape? If you found this exploration thought-provoking, don't just scroll past. Hit that subscribe button and join us as we tackle more global questions and deep dives into our shared future. Share this video if it made you think, and drop a comment. What do you think the world would look like if China became the top superpower? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.